I'm headed out, but there's some leftover pizza if you're hungry.
Okay.
Trying for hours, right? And I finally go on the last one. And for the first time in my skating career, I finally land the ollie air flip.
No, you didn't.
You weren't even there, I did.
It's called an air walk. Okay, my mom's not here. You know what that means, right?
Can finally take out your dad's Mercedes.
What? No, we can play as loud as we want.
Oof. All right.
Now that's what I'm talking about, dude.
All right, you guys know the song, right?
Yeah, kinda.
We can jam it.
Cool. Let's try it.
I'm calling it classic. I'm calling the new first service classic, right? Well, there's classic 2019. There's Vanilla WoW, which is the original game. Then there's 2019 classic, and now we've got classic. Yes, they have. Yes, they have. All right. Yeah, so Fingers, I don't want to be reminded of DMT. I don't even know what DMT is. What the hell is DMT? You mean Dire Maul tribute buffs? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows, man? I don't know. Who knows, man? I don't know. I mean, I want to do PvP. Actually, what I'm thinking of doing is playing on the PvP server, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to play on the PvP server and the hardcore server. Man, I had a total brain moment there. All right. Yeah, on the PvP server, I think I'm going to try going Retribution Paladin, just for shits and giggles. I've never really tried to play Red on Classic PvP. Probably is pretty awful. Well, actually, Red's not terrible, but it's certainly not one of the better ones. So we'll see. Oh, so they finally come up with the server names? Did they finally come up with the server names? Come on. Here. You know what? Screw you. Screw you, buddy.
You can kiss your ass goodbye. You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Yeah, we should be. They're bots. These are bots, man. We should be destroyed if they're bots. This is a really weird game mode where basically it's called It's just something Blizzard put into the game where you could fight bots. The bots actually aren't that bad. I mean, if you don't have good gear and you try, like for example, if you go into this battle mode and you try to take on like a rogue that's in here, like an AI bot rogue, and it's called Brawl Comp Stomp. And if you try to take on like a rogue or something and you have like mediocre gear, it's actually pretty difficult actually. I mean, they actually will do good damage to you. The problem is if you have really good gear, then it's different. You know, you just kind of stomp them. But it's a good way to get quick, easy honor. So Blizzard did that. I don't know. Blizzard it's more of Care Bear. You know, that's the way Blizzard goes. So anyway, so you know, I'm trying to figure out what to play on retail. I mean, if you think about, like, I've kind of been going through different like tier lists and you know what's good, what's not good, PvP wise. And I think Vanilla WoW is such a strange beast because some classes are good in duels, like 1v1, but they're really bad in battlegrounds. Some classes have really shitty like tier set gear that, you know, like priests and druids, all their tier gear is like healing, you know, healer based. I don't know what the hell is up with this broken ass ship flying around. Yeah, if you die in hardcore, you can transfer for free to the PvE server. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be playing hardcore and PvP server, like both, I think. But the servers don't come out until tomorrow. This makes me think I probably should go ahead and flip over. You know what I probably should be doing right now tonight is setting up my computer, my new computer, with WoW. You know, I'm just too tired, man. I bought a new car today. I traded in my FRS and got myself a new car, new vehicle today, which was pretty exciting. But now I'm broke because I spent all my money on a car. But yeah, so like if you look at, I'm sorry, these messages, Kevin, I don't really want to get ganked again. Yeah, I thought about it too, RJ. The problem is whenever I go PvE, I always miss PvP. But then if I go PvP and if I run into some really shitty, like, kind of ganky situations where people are being stupid, you know, and you're getting killed by like 2 or 3. Like, for example, you're trying to do a quest to level and like 3 horde come over and kill you. And it's like, you know, it's 1v3 you versus 3. And they kill you over and over again. It can be really annoying. Look at this crazy mount. I mean, what the heck is this thing? It's like a... It almost looks like a... Like the... It's the color of it. It almost feels like cartoony. What's the word when you see those like anime games? It's almost like a cartoon drawing, I guess. I don't know, but whatever. Yeah, so that's the thing. Well, the thing with hardcore is the classes I like to level in hardcore are terrible PvP classes. Like I like to level Protection Paladin, Melee Hunter, and they're just really bad. You know, they're not good classes for PvP. But if I went on the PvP server, I think I would go Rep Paladin because we have dual specs. So I could set up like a Protection Paladin for leveling, and then also have like a Retribution Paladin spec as well. So that could be kind of interesting, you know. And that way, if we get into some situations where we're doing a lot of PvP, we could just straight up do the Rep Paladin thing. I've never done a lot of Retribution Paladin PvP in vanilla. In fact, I've done almost none, like 0. So I probably should watch some guides on it, to be honest. I mean, I'm sure I can figure it out because vanilla is pretty simplistic. But probably the one thing about PvP, which I've always found kind of a little bit annoying, is that you almost always, if you're a melee, you almost always have to go engineering, even if you're not a melee. Like engineering is usually going to be your kind of best way to go for PvP, and I kind of almost wish they would remove engineering from PvP, just because maybe it's just kind of annoying that everybody has to use the same profession. You know, you would like to see people be more diverse. You know, you'd like to see the professions be more diverse. Yeah, I know. They didn't say when though. They said it wouldn't be out right away, but they don't say when it's going to be out. So that's the part that about it that's really annoying. So if I did PvP, if I did on the PvP server, I probably would go Retribution Paladin. Is probably what I would do. You know. Yeah, they do weird stuff. Yeah.
You can kiss your ass goodbye. You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Not sure what that is, to be honest. Don't know. Yeah, rep. 117 million damage. I'm still the thing is I'm still getting conquest. The thing is I'm actually still getting conquest. Just like definitely would be retribution. Yeah, retribution is one of the most simplistic classes to play. Well, I wouldn't say it. Yeah, it's, as far as the other ones, it's definitely a lot simpler, more simple. Like if you try to do, like, God forbid, elemental shaman. Holy mother of macaroni! I mean, elemental shaman's insane, right? Well, there's a lot more to it than that, RJ. It's not that simple. There is more to it than that. It's not that simple. But it is way simpler than a lot of the other classes. There's different stacks you have to track. But I mean, look at the amount of buttons I have. This is a level 72 Elemental Shaman, and it's just, yeah, the amount of skills are just crazy. But yeah, the Elemental Shaman is a real pain in the butt. Like, I tried to play Elemental, and I just found it and because I don't really play Shaman much, I found it to be pretty crazy. You know, some people were saying, well, you only push a few buttons on Elemental. I'm thinking, if you're only pushing a few buttons on Elemental, you're not playing it right, because there's a lot more buttons you have at your disposal. So, anyways, we're just, we have the servers. The servers start tomorrow. I think, I believe the first servers start my time. I believe 5 p.m. my time. Now, you were mentioning server names. They actually released the server names? Let's go. Wow. Where is that at? You said Ferocity is the PvP one. Like, where? Let's see. WoW fresh server names. It says anniversary realms will all open at the same. I like how they call them anniversary. I'm still calling them classic, baby. You can see them already. Well, can you? Is there name reservations? Is there name reservations? It'd be cool if we. I don't know. I'm sure they're probably not doing name reservations. I have been busy today, so I haven't had a chance to look at any of this stuff. Here's Blizzard North American servers. I don't know, these. No, these are not. These are the servers, dude. They're not the server. I don't know. Unless I'm looking at the wrong article. Yeah, there's no servers offline, dude. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, dude, I know what you're talking about. There is no servers listed as offline in Classic. Like, and the servers you mentioned, like, what I'm seeing is this. Yeah, because look, here it says Blizzard North America. Let's see when this post was made. This post was posted 20. Oh, wait, this is posted 5 hours, 27 minutes ago. The server names in Blizzard for North America, I would imagine this is North America, and Australia, and then Europe. So here's the European server. So basically, the hardcore server is going to be Doomhowl, which is a pretty stupid name if you ask me. The PvP server is Night Slayer, which I think is a good name. The normal one's Dream Scythe, which again I think is kind of a dumb name. The European servers for hardcore is Soul Seeker, so-so. PvP Spine Shatter, not the best names. Maladath PvP, Out of all these names, the only one that I like is really just Night Slayer, just because it really feels like a good PvP server name. Soul Seeker is definitely better than Doomhowl, but yeah, these names are just whatever. They're not very good. Like if I was gonna do a normal server for Classic, I would probably do something like Stranglethorn. Like my normal server would be like Stranglethorn, or maybe something like, what's his zone? the Baron, like Barons, or maybe not the Barons, like because you would want to say the Barons, but I would just pick like a vanilla zone that's a popular leveling zone, like Westfall or something. The PvP zone, Night Slayer, that's fine. You know, Night Slayer's fine. Hardcore, I don't know. Hardcore, I would come with something else. Just something like, Die Hard or something. Who knows? Yeah, for like Australia PvP, who knows? For like, I don't know, whatever. I don't care. I don't really care. I'm tired. Sorry, I'm tired, man. I'm fucking tired. Yeah, so here's what you're talking about right here. This is really weird. So here's a post. Blizzard has unveiled the names of all 3 classic fresh realms. New WoW Classic Anniversary realms will go live November 21st. And here it says normal is Moldar's Moxie, PvP is Fengus Ferocity, and hardcore these names don't make sense because Blizzard would never put server names with like all these apostrophes and shit in them. These names seem more realistic. Weird. So I guess they changed the names. This is really weird. Why would they like say like yesterday these are the names and then today completely change it? Very strange. Very strange. Yeah. Well, we can see that this post claims to have been posted 5 hours. Let's do it. Let's do another search. According to the forum post by WoW community manager Kyvax, the new North American server names will now be called Dream Scythe, Night Slayer, and Doomhowl for normal, PvP, and hardcore. So apparently this is the correct names. So it looks like, I'm pretty sure for me it's 5 p.m. It looks like the servers are going to go live tomorrow at 5 p.m. for me, which is kind of what I saw before. So I don't know. I still think I'm going to go hardcore. You know, I don't know. What I thought was really interesting is when I did the poll asking people what they wanted me to level on, I was really surprised by the results. I was surprised when I said, you know, here's the thing, here's the deal. The only reason I don't want to go hardcore is because the other realms progress into the Burning Crusade, and the hardcore realms do not. That's the biggest reason I would like to go not hardcore, you know. I wonder, I'm trying to think how good I know that as a protection paladin I've been able to duel rogues and warriors, but it's so gear dependent. Like, you're not going to have much of a chance, to be honest, against a warrior or a rogue. I mean, I've beaten rogues in duels on private servers when I'm running protection paladin, so it's definitely doable. But against a mage, you're just outright 100% dead. You have no chance whatsoever. You might as well forget it. Like, if you go against any kind of a DPS caster on a protection paladin, you have no chance. I think the only way you would have any chance is if you had a very serious set of, you know, resist gear, like magical resist gear or just resist gear in general, you know. I mean, I thought about that. I thought about going hardcore, but that's not really the mentality. Like, if I go hardcore, it's hardcore. You know, I'm not going to quit. Like, if I go hardcore and get to like level 30 and die, I'm just going to re-roll. You know, I don't quit. Like, there's no quitting on hardcore until you reach 60. Once I reach 60, then maybe I might think about doing something else. But, you know, once I start down that path, I don't stop, you know, until I reach 60. You know, that's why I've been leaning towards rolling 2 characters and just playing, you know, one on the PvP server and one on the hardcore server. But, you know, so here's the poll. Most people are wanting me to go PvE. You know, and I can understand why people would want you to go PvE. And that's just simply because from a streaming point of view, it's more fun to watch somebody probably progress and level and not really be getting ganked and just kind of focus on leveling through the content and getting to max level and doing dungeons and doing raids. And, you know, I think it's a little bit better. Unless you're really a PvPer at heart, then you want to see PvP, you know. And then when I said what class should I level, now this was when I was saying what class should I level in hardcore, and actually most people, well, not most, but I mean, there were 39 votes and Protection Paladin kind of won out, but it was pretty close between Protection Paladin and the hybrid melee hunter. So I'm still undecided on what I'm going to do. I'm going to think about it, think long and hard tonight before I go to bed. Because tomorrow I have to work, and I'm going to be busy working. Up until 5. You know? So I'm going to be busy.
For me. There we go. All right, let's see. A tier list. S, A, B, C, and D tier. So there's a lot of rock, paper, scissors going on.
There is a lot
And
of
a
rock
of
paper
times,
scissors.
There's. I'll actually let the music keep playing, so I like the music. It's rock, paper, scissors. Example.
I don't like the music, by the way. Soda popping.
A warrior will never beat a mage. At least he shouldn't.
Yeah, see, like in Vanilla WoW, you know, Soda Poppin's right. Like, there's the thing about Vanilla WoW that's so weird is the classes are very imbalanced. Like he's saying a warrior should really never be a mage, which is true. And like a paladin, for example, should really never be like a. Well, certainly a protection paladin shouldn't beat a mage, shouldn't beat a shadow priest, shouldn't beat an elemental shaman. I don't really know how retribution would do against like a shadow priest. I think it would be pretty tough for a retribution paladin to kill the shadow priest, to be honest. We'll see.
Never win. If the warrior beats the mage did something wrong, and the warrior's playing right. But a druid should always beat a mage. It's somewhat even. Like 60% of the time, or 70% of the time, the druid should win. But 30% of the time, the mage should win, because he gets lucky crits, allowing him to get a kill. It happens. So I'm gonna go with. There's different things like. An SL Warlock beats more classes than it loses to, so it's going to be S tier. Where's Warlock? SL Lock. Like, I see Destro, Affliction, Demo.
It's not there.
There's no, like, where's SL? It's a unique spec. It's all over the place. Like, BM Hunter. God damn it.
I mean, you could play the other class. Out of the classes I like to play in Vanilla WoW, right? Out of the classes I like to play in Vanilla WoW, the ones that would be, I guess, kind of viable in PvP, really are the Hunter and the Rogue and the Paladin. The Paladin, like Retribution Paladin, is like okay. Rogue obviously is amazing, but Rogue, I find Rogue to be a little boring just because I don't like sitting in stealth. Like because of all the years I've played World of Warcraft, I've really gravitated towards a more kind of brawler playstyle. Like I really enjoy being on a class that's just kind of in your face constantly. You know, like just constantly in your face, punching you in the face. That's where I like in retail. I tend to like the warrior class quite a bit. I like paladins in retail because I feel like paladins in retail are kind of like that. They're kind of like a brawler, you know, with good survivability. The warrior I feel like has, you know, the warrior in retail certainly has better mobility. The warrior in vanilla has decent mobility with charge, with, you know, you have fear. But the hunter is a whole other deal because the hunter doesn't have to get up there and hit you in the face. The hunter, you know, his pet does that. You can just shoot arrows, so it's more of a ranged class. I don't know. I know it's really funny when you look for vanilla WoW like PvP tier lists. I mean, I don't think anybody's tier list is the same as anybody else's. It's very subjective. I do feel like there's just hard, fast rules where you can say, well, you know, a rogue can pretty much beat just about anybody. You know, that's pretty true, right? Or you could say, like, a mage can pretty much almost beat anybody because mages and rogues are probably the most powerful classes in vanilla WoW. But then you start getting into all these really weird things like, well, what can a warrior beat? You know, the warrior really struggles against casters. You know, what can a feral druid be? You know, feral druids, or what can like an enhancement shaman even do? You know, it's very interesting.
I mean, Shadow
yeah.
Priest is S tier. I mean,
like Shadow Priest is. I always see people say that Shadow Priest is so good, but it's like, and there's actually a guy who, and I've tried to play Shadow Priest, and again, it is very strong, but it also still feels squishy. So I'm obviously doing something wrong. But there is a guy that does Shadow Priest, and I don't know I think I might have subbed to his channel. And let's see if I can see him on here. Don't think it's this guy. It's not Daniel Owen. I'm pretty sure I'm subbed to this guy's channel because he's a really good Shadow Priest. Let's take a look. Let's do. It's this guy. This guy, Danny Gaming.
Blacksmith is me and
This guy, Danny Gaming. He's actually, I've watched him do some Shadow Priest play, and he's very strong. He's very strong. So Shadow Priest would be a class I might consider doing on a PvP server.
And me and one of
The one thing that is fun with the Shadow Priest is, I mean, if and it's this way on a lot of classes in vanilla. If you get the opener, like if you get the opener as a Shadow Priest, you get your dots off, you get a fear off. A lot of times that's all you need. You know, the fight's over. Like a lot of times the fight's over. Now, a lot of classes, again, I think vanilla WoW really comes down to a lot more than just the class. It comes down to what your professions are. It comes down, do you have like good buffs? Do you have good healing potions? You know, do you have potions of freedom? You know, whatever the potion here he's got here on his what looks like Alt T keybind, which is a little bit unusual. You know, a free action potion. So a lot of it comes. I mean, vanilla WoW is very like, man, there's so much to vanilla WoW has so much more depth than people like realized. Like when people first played vanilla back in 2005, you know, and they played the classes, and you know, it is what it was. It was what it is. But now people have played the game for so long. People have realized that there's all these different like specific trinkets that are good. There's specific potions that are good for specific situations. There's all these amazing buffs you can get, you know, and engineering's really good. And there's so much shit, you know. So I think if you want to be really good in PvP and vanilla WoW, you really have to understand all of that. You have to understand, you know, what, and it's just like that native version of WoW, but it's very interesting. You know, PvP and vanilla is like, a lot of people you're going to run up against are going to be like, if you're like a Shadow Priest and you don't have all these crazy potions and trinkets and all that, and you're just basically using your class's abilities, you know, half the time you're going to run up against other people that are the same. They're, you know, it's going to be pretty easy to kill them. But then you run against somebody who's really hardcore PvPer, and they've got like free action potions, they've got like freaking, you know, shadow reflector, you know, like the shadow reflector, like engineering item, and you know, they're gonna be doing all this crazy shit, you know. It's just maybe they have no much death ray they pull out on you, and it's just things can get really interesting.
our rogues. If he gets us up on someone, we can do a 2v2, kill them, and get the base. Oh, never mind. There's a warrior in here as well. Me warrior, me see priest, me charge. Me pop recklessness, no? Where? Nice blackout. Big mind blast.
Look at that mind blast.
Brought out other warrior, slow him down. So he doesn't come to us very fast. Shield, I got interrupted by something. I'll be able to kill the first one in a sec. Vampiric Embrace the second for heals. Interrupt here.
The other thing that's really good about Danny is he talks out everything he's doing. Like, so if you really want to learn how to play like Shadow Priest, it's fun to watch him because he'll tell you everything he's doing. You know, I'm going to heal here. I'm going to interrupt here. You know, he tells you what he's doing and why he's doing it, which is really good. It's, you know, most people don't do that, so it's kind of cool to watch him play.
Okay, nice. How many of those do you have?
I mean, did you see he was literally fighting some guy who's got? Is that right? That warrior's got thunder. Look at this. Warrior's got thunder fury. Like he's fighting a warrior who has thunder fury.
Okay.
Look at that. This guy literally has thunder fury, blessed blade of the Windseeker.
Okay, nice.
And he's using a shield too. Did you notice that he's actually using a shield?
How many of those do you have? How many
Interesting.
of those do you have? I just heard one and you did another right after. Big mind blast crit. Fear this other guy. Kill the first warrior. Refresh inner fire here. He's coming back. I take mana pot and shield. Put full dots with vampiric embrace to heal myself.
Heal myself,
I can
yeah.
throw grenade here. Big mind blast. With mind flame. Blackout stun as well. Get fucked.
So he just took out like three well-geared people, actually.
How many more do you have to come?
He's like, how many more want to come and die?
People solo attacking is pretty good, rogues. But I do it too. Because then I can distract them.
Honestly, you know, watching this, I think this probably is the class that I would like to play on the PvP server. I think I probably would like to do it. I mean, Hunter would be my best bet because I'm a very good hunter. But I think I wouldn't mind trying out Shadow Priest. But it's not my play style. Like I do like to do more of a bully type. I enjoy specs that are kind of more like pressure you with physical damage. You know what I mean? Hey, Michael Lindsay, thanks for the sub, man. I appreciate it. Thanks, Mike. I like to play classes that are more like physically pressure you, like they're hitting you with like swords and shields and whatever weapons, as opposed to like magic. But I do think Shadow Priest has always appealed to me. I've tried for years and years and years trying to play Shadow Priest in lots of different versions of WoW. And some versions of WoW I've had some success, but I never really played it a lot in vanilla. I've tried it a few times, but I never really excelled at it. I don't really know why, to be honest, because Shadow Priest is very strong, and I just don't think I stuck with it long enough to get like really well to get geared, to get like really good gear. So, but I do like Danny's channel. I think he's really pretty good player, and you can learn a lot by watching him play Shadow Priest because of the fact that he talks out everything that he's doing.
That's 5 on LM, 6 or 7. Might have to tank a quick death here. I'm out of position completely already. So I'm gonna try to dot as many people as I possibly can.
He could levitate. He could levitate.
He's actually dead, and I'm getting heals, so I'll be able to run back in a safe position. Gonna nade the backline on that priest who's spamming heals. This paladin is spamming heals too. Big silence on him. This paladin is bubbled, also spamming heals. Let's try to MC him.
And you throw him off the top. Throw him off the top. Throw him off the top.
One down.
There he goes.
Obviously, is when he hits the ground.
Another one.
Second one down. Jump after him to kill him for BM.
Levitate.
I can silence him.
Oh, he healed. Big
fine.
heal.
Full fear. Trinket the Hodge.
Fear.
This next Mind Blast will crit. I use my CD on it. Dead.
Yeah, so he used his inner focus to try to get that crit on his Mind Blast. It looks like the rotation for Shadow Priest looks really simplistic. I mean, you just get your dots up. He's going Mind Blast immediately into Mind Flay. You know, there he used inner focus to get the instant crit. You can also use inner focus to do an instant crit on the greater heal if you want to, like at the end of a fight, like kind of almost give it a quick, easy, full heal on yourself, get you back to full health. And then of course you got your Shadow Fiend, I believe. And there's a few other abilities, you know, but again, he's using engineering. It just feels like you have to almost use engineering if you're going to do any kind of serious PvP. But I do think that I might go Shadow Priest. I think I might try Shadow Priest on the PvP server, you know, and roll engineering. I don't know. It's just, I just know me, and I know I'll probably do it and level 40, and then I'll find the class not as fun as I would like it to be, which is what typically happens when I play Shadow Priest. You know, Hunter's different. Like, it's funny as I look at this battleground, there's only 3 Hunters. We do see 3 Warlocks, 3 Mages. It's actually fairly diverse. We don't see. This is just on his team. We see 1 Druid. Let's let this roll. When did he do this video? He did this 4 years ago, so this is actually quite a while ago. Yeah, quite a while ago. Let's see what Danny's done recently. I'm pretty sure he was doing some retail. Maybe. We'll see. Shadow Priest PvP. He was doing a lot of Season of Discovery. Classic Fresh PvP Troll, Shadow Priest, Hardcore Druid with Only Fangs. Oh, is he going to be in the Only Fangs guild?
Okay, guys. So now that pretty much Blizzard confirmed all of the fresh servers
No Shadow Fiend. Okay.
Next week on the 21st of November, I just wanted to make a short video to kind of say what I'm thinking and sort of what the plans are. I guess you guys would be wondering. So I always did like the fresh servers. There's going to be fresh PvP, fresh PvE, and fresh hardcore server. So one thing that I'm kind of happy about is like a little different adventure. I'll be on fresh hardcore. I'll be playing with OnlyFangs. If you guys haven't heard of OnlyFangs, it's Soda Poppins guild. It's like a streamer guild. A lot of big content creators and streamers. And with the help of Payo, so thanks Payo, PPC, I got on the OnlyFangs guild, and I'll be leveling a character there. But I also will be making a character. I just don't know how I'm going to combine them because it's going to be a lot of stuff to do and to play. But I will make a character on the PvP Fresh server as well.
On the PvP Fresh server.
Fresh, always hype. I am mostly a PvP player who also likes hardcore, but still. You guys have seen many hardcore characters from me before. A lot of dungeons and leveling and stuff like that. Even leveling gameplay I have uploaded before. How, like, what I'm going to play and how I'm going to upload it on the
Well, you know he's gonna do Shadow Priest.
YouTube channel. Obviously on stream, on my Twitch channel, I'll be streaming as much as I can, as almost all the time that I play, it will also be streamed. But what am I going to play? I'm really thinking this time to play a Troll Priest on the PvP Fresh, a Troll Shadow Priest. Because I had this Night Elf on SOD, it was super fun, the most funnest Night Elf. Then I had my Undead before, in 2019 original classic. And now I kinda wanna make a Troll because I also like the Shadow Guard a lot. And yeah, change things a little bit.
He said he likes the Shadow Guard a lot. What is Shadow Guard? I'm not familiar with that. I don't really play Horde too much. Let's see, Troll, Shadow Guard? What is Shadow Guard? Troll Priest. It's a priest ability. Shadow Guard was one of the priest racial abilities available only to Troll Priest. It provides a shadow-based buff to the priest which does direct damage to a melee or ranged attacker or spellcaster. The spell can only proc every couple of seconds, causing no threat, and has 3 charges. Okay, it does a certain amount of damage. So basically it's like a shield, sort of, where people hit you and they take probably shadow damage.
Still want to play priest though. And something that is not a priest, a completely different class. And I'm not saying on the PvP server it will be only in the priest forever. Maybe I'll make alts. So in hardcore, I will be playing a Tauren Druid, which will be something completely new and challenging. I'll tell you why. Basically, when people start getting towards max level and end game in hardcore on OnlyFans, the big content creator guild, even Sodapoppin himself said that the more viewers people have, the more likely it is to have the raid spot. And I completely understand that and I don't mind it. So my expectation is not to be raiding. And on top of that, I don't want to put people through it either because I haven't.
Yeah, it's see the thing is I'm not really a big fan. I mean, I think Sodapoppin's a good player. I think he knows the game really well. I'm just not a big fan of. It just feels like like Sodapoppin, like the OnlyFans. It just feels like a popularity contest, and it feels like an attention kind of attention, like look at me kind of thing. I'm not really a big fan of that. Like I play WoW to have fun, and so I just don't feel that it's necessarily fair for Sodapoppin to sit there and be like, well, you know, you don't have as many people who watch you stream as this other person, so we're not going to let you get in the raid because we want all the people in the raid to be the people that get the most views. You know, that to me says that all you care about is pushing your face out there. Is being. It just feels like it's a big dick comparing, like you're comparing dick sizes or something. You know what I mean? It's just, you know, it shouldn't be about that. I think it should be more about trying to have fun, you know, and trying to get everybody they can, you know, like maybe if you've got like, let's say, I mean, you're doing Molten Core or something, and Molten Core is like a 40-man raid, and you've got like 60 people in the guild, you know, do 40 people in the raid, and then the next night maybe grab, you know, drop out 10 and grab 10 people that couldn't do it the night before, you know, and try to get everybody involved. You know, why sit there and kind of limit it and say, well, you know, you don't have as many people who watch your stream as this person, so they're going to get the spot. You know, I'm not a fan of a popularity contest in video games, you know, and that's what it always feels like with these streamers, man. It's like, well, hey, look at me. I've got the most views. I've got the most subscribers. I'm the coolest because of that. It's like, no, you're not. You're not cool because of that. You just think you're cool because of that. And there's plenty of little, I mean, let's face it, like the people that fawn over you and that are your fans or shit are just probably like 12-year-old kids, you know, who don't know any better, you know. So, yeah, just not a fan. So, I think this guy seems really cool, and it's unfortunate that, you know, it's unfortunate that he's jumping in with the OnlyFans because it would have been cooler to see him just play on the hardcore server, to be honest. But whatever.
Raided us.
I wanted to see let's see if he has a Shadow Priest guide. Let's get if I could get a little bit more insight. This is 5 years ago. And I've actually watched this video before, you can see, because it's already started like halfway through. So he's dueling a mage.
Okay, I was probably supposed to silence there. But I wanted to dispel everything.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like you can see, that's another thing that what he does right off the bat is he dispels the buffs, as many buffs as he can. You know, a priest can dispel. So if you're going against somebody who's got like, you know, who's got like power to fortitude up or something, go ahead and dispel it. You know, if they've got some sort of pretty strong buffs, just go ahead and dispel them.
Oh, he didn't shield before first aid.
Oh, what did he say? He didn't shield before first aid. Oh, he didn't shield before first aid. What he's saying is that he probably started to cast first aid and got interrupted by his dot, because you can see he's got Shadow Word Pain. You can see that first aid is already on a cooldown. Let's rewind this again.
But I wanted
So he's got, let me rewind that a little bit further.
probably supposed
He's got, oh, this is Shadow Vulnerability, I think, which is Shadow Priest. You know, you make your enemies vulnerable to shadow damage. So he hit him with Shadow Word Pain, and then he got sheeped. Most likely this guy's going to try to bandage.
to silence there. But I wanted to dispel everything.
Now he's trying to first aid, which is dumb. He didn't realize he had a dot. Of course, it's going to be interrupted.
Oh, he didn't shield before first aid.
Yep.
Your mistake is my advantage.
He gets counterspelled. Cone of Cold, whatever, Cone of Frost, whatever. He tries to fear him. He trinkets the fear. He hits him with an Iron Grenade. Now he's trying to heal. Gets a nice crit heal there, actually. Another big heal. And the other thing that's interesting in Vanilla WoW 2 for PvP is notice the mana pools. Like you will burn through your mana very quickly on any class that has you know, that is a caster class. You know, like you can see the mage is burning through their mana very quickly, and you can see the Dakota here, the Shadow Priest is also burning through his mana really quickly. So let's start this from the beginning, and we'll see that how quick these mana pools are kind of being depleted.
So he always does Nova with silence.
I'm not sure why he would do Nova with silence.
Oh, the blackout proc.
So he goes to this with Shadow Word Pain. He got the Blackout proc, which is the Shadow Priest talent that stuns the person for a couple seconds, and then now he's immediately trying to, you know, dispel any buffs.
Okay, I was probably supposed to silence there. But I wanted to dispel everything.
Now he's going to bandage.
Oh, he didn't shield before first aid.
He's going to poly into a Fireball.
Your mistake is my advantage.
He's going to bubble. Go for the fear, but no, he gets counterspelled. Now he's going to go for the fear. He's going to trinket the fear. Now he's going to go for the Iron Grenade to stun and continue on with his DPS. And now he's got to heal himself. If you look, he was almost dead. So he did the Arcane Explosion. He's going to Arcane Explosion down to basically, you know, like, I don't know, 1% health. There's a little bit of green here, so he's almost dead. That's why he's like, ooh. And then he went for another Arcane Explosion, but his Flash Heal landed just before the Arcane Explosion hit him. The Arcane Explosion would have killed him, but the Flash Heal landed. Now he gets, after this, he gets a really big Flash Heal. Right? Now this next one's great. So you can just see at this gameplay, one thing that would be really important for a priest, which I don't really know if in Vanilla WoW if there is a lot of haste. I don't even think there is a lot of haste stuff in Vanilla WoW, is there? There is no haste that I can remember. But I mean, having like really good haste would be obviously really important for a Shadow Priest. Any caster, really. But more so for a Shadow Priest because you're doing like Mind Flay. So if you can, you know, have a lot of haste for your Mind Flays to get those off faster, get your Flash Heals off quicker, so for your self heals. So he's going to counter. He's going to silence the cast. Mind Blast. And this guy's pretty much dead.
Oh my god, that was so close. I was holding the silence so much. That's gonna kill me one of these days. Ooh, this guy is a really good practice. Yes. Full Necro with the enchant as well.
Is this a warrior?
Look at warriors.
Warrior.
Serious respect. They're all so brave.
Yeah, you can see the warrior just gets destroyed.
Oh.
Another warrior. Oh no. Sorry, rogue.
Did he? He didn't kick, right?
No, he didn't kick. He just kidney shot. Fear. He still got sprint up. Sprint should be wearing off. Now he's going for a gouge. And now he's going for an eviscerate. And just... He's got slice and dice up, I think. But again, not enough damage, not fast enough.
I think it's better if I silence right away, to be honest. Dot and dispel during these 4 seconds of silence. And get close to fear. Oh, there's the chicken.
Bringing out the chicken.
Oh, the chicken, it's immune to...
Chicken's immune to fear, yeah, it's mechanical. It's a robot. Can't fear it.
What happened? Did you resist my plague?
Yeah, he tried to hit him with Devouring Plague.
Why is my wand not working?
He's got no mana.
Oh my god, the chicken!
He got killed, yeah. They're applauding the chicken because the chicken killed him.
Oh, hello there.
Hunter.
He dismounted.
Going after the hunter. Now, I would imagine that most hunters, that when they're going against any class in vanilla, is definitely going to be Viper Stinging, and you can see the Viper Sting comes out really quickly, which is really smart because, like I mentioned before, the mana pools in vanilla really aren't that big. So if you're going up against a Shadow Priest or a Mage, it's a really good idea probably to Viper Sting because the hunter's mana pool isn't super great either, but your pet does damage and you can just auto shot, and so it's not too bad. Your mana pool's a little bit beefier than a lot of these casters. He's going to get the Blackout proc, I believe, which is... I don't know. I don't see it. Maybe it wasn't a Blackout proc. Did he do... We don't have Psychic... We don't have the Disarm Fear in vanilla, I don't think, no. Yeah, he's destroying the hunter.
Oh, I just did. Right before he got healed. Got no more.
Judgment Judy. We got the paladin named Judgment Judy.
This is a paladin healer. Once I tried to kill a paladin healer,
it's impossible.
He ran away for like 5 minutes straight, dispelling himself. I ran out of mana, he was more than half.
Yeah.
You cannot kill a paladin healer.
Maybe we should do that, RJ. Maybe he just said that he can't kill a paladin healer. Maybe I should just run around as a paladin healer. You know, the one spec I've never ever done in vanilla is I've never done the Holy Shock. Like, I've never done a Holy Shock spec. I've always heard that it was pretty strong, but I've never done it. Let's see. Let's see if we can actually find it. I'm still like undecided. I'm still undecided, man. What about the Shakadin ripoff? I've never done a Shakadin. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna play on the PvP server. I just don't. I wanna play on a server that goes to the Burning Crusade. It's a meme at best. No, I don't know that because I've never played one. I've never played one, dude. Are you sure it's a meme? It doesn't show up in the tier list, so you're probably right. Only worse than the most jank gear setup of all time. All right, so what about... Hey, what's up, Steve? How you doing? You need a lot of spell power? Okay. I've never done it. Okay, so it's basically... So like Ripoff is saying, you have to have a certain amount... You have to have very specific gear to make it work. So here's the classes I'm looking at that I'm thinking of possibly playing on the PvP server. I mean, I love Hardcore. But since the hardcore server is not going into the Burning Crusade, I'm going to play on the PvP server, and I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm probably going to do a hardcore character and a PvP character on the PvP server. So I'm probably going to have 2 characters. For the hardcore character, I'm probably going to go Protection Paladin, because I think most people want to see me play Paladin, and I love Paladin. I absolutely love Paladin. So I'll probably go Protection Paladin, and it'll be a rep prot build. We'll do a rep prot build for speed leveling purposes. And then on the PvP server, which is the more difficult choice, I'm thinking of Shadow Priest or BM Hunter or possibly Retribution Paladin. I don't want to do Rogue just because I love rogues. Rogues are great. Rogues are powerful, but the whole stealth thing is kind of annoying sometimes, having to be in stealth, and it's just if I could move really quick while I'm stealth, maybe. But Holy Wreck is your favorite paladin? Yeah, Holy Wreck. Yeah, I mean, I don't really do. I mean, let's see, Holy Wreck. Let me build that. I don't really play Holy Wreck that much. But let's take. I'm gonna try to build what I think would be a decent Holy Wreck, and you can tell me if I'm completely way off base, because I might be, right? Vanilla WoW talent calculator. I'm trying to think. My brain's not working. Let me see if I can build. Let's take a look. I'm not going to look at the stream chat. We're going to go here. We're going to say, what if we were going to do a... we're definitely going to need mana, right? If we're going to do Wreck, so you're saying if it's Holy Wreck, we're probably not using Seal of Command. So if we're not using, because I'm not sure what we need in the Holy Tree to do Holy Wreck. Are you doing Spiritual Focus because you're trying to do self-healing? Man, I don't even know. I never play Holy. Let's see, Mount Heal, Consecrate, no. Land Hand. What are the... I mean, I can't even really think of what would be good for PvP for Holy Wreck. Increase the duration of judgment. And then, God, this is tough. I've never played Holy Wreck, so I'm trying to think what would be good without looking at the stream chat or without cheating and looking up a build. Holy Wreck. I mean, we need to get Reckoning, so I think you can do Redoubt without using a shield. But are you going to be using Devo Aura, or are you going to be using Retribution Aura? Man, Redoubt is... Yeah, I mean, you need Reckoning. So I know you're not going to get Holy Shock because you got to go too far down to get Reckoning. So yeah, so you got to go Redoubt, right? Because I don't think you have to have a shield. Or you don't have to have a shield. It says increase your chance to block with your shield. But I think you don't have to have a shield, though. That's the weird thing about Redoubt. I think it works out. I can't remember. Well, I mean, it says increase chance to block with a shield, so I guess you have to have a shield. So, yeah, we're going to go Redoubt. We're definitely going to go Precision, of course. I mean, you could go Toughness, but Guardian's Favor is good. For Blessing, yeah, you're probably going to want to go Guardian's Favor for PvP just because you want the reduced freedom, chance for freedom. Then we're going to want. I mean, if you're going Redoubt, I mean, I'm just trying to figure. Are you going with a shield? If you're rolling with a shield, I mean, you could weapon swap. Probably going to want Kings. I would just go here. I would definitely go for the reduced Hammer of Justice. And this is only going to leave you 21 points. So where are you even going to go here? Are you going to go Strength? I mean, you got to go Intellect. You have to go Intellect. We're not going to have enough points to go here, so you're definitely going to be going Seal. And God, I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look it up because I don't know. I mean, I would think that possibly you might go You've got 16. I mean, you might want to go for stronger heals. I could see where you might want to get improved lay on hands. I don't know. I've never really done a holy wreck. Yeah, yeah. Well, you can't leak it. I could probably find it. Let's see. Damn it. Let's find one real quick, and let's see if it's similar to what you're saying. Okay, so I was way off base, right? Okay, let's see how close did I get. Okay, so I got this right. You wouldn't go with Improved Righteous Fury. There's no reason you would go with Improved Righteous Fury. So this build's already garbage. Why the fuck would you grab Improved Righteous Fury if you're doing for... I'm talking about a PvP build, so this is stupid. Personally, I'd go for... Yeah, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. This is garbage. Is he even doing a tank? Yeah, let me... Here, I'll tell you what, Steve. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you my Discord... copy. You're gonna have to go to the Discord here and then paste the link in like the general section, general chat. And wait a second, let me check my Bitcoin real quick. Come on. Oh, it went up. Yes. There it is, baby. Oh my God, 95,700. We are approaching 96,000 Bitcoin. We only have to get up to 100,000, and I'm gonna win a bet from somebody at work. Plus, I'm making money. I'm making money, baby. All right, cool. Which is nice since I bought a car today and I need more money since I just bought a brand new car. Yeah, if you could post that in the chat. Let's see. How much did I put in? What do you mean? Into the car or into Bitcoin? I don't have as much into Bitcoin as I wish I had, I can tell you that. Into Bitcoin? About 20,000. I only put 20,000 in. I want to put more in. Actually, I almost pulled. I tell you what, rip off. I wanted to pull out one of my 401ks, even though I'd take a 30%. I think 20 or 30% hit. I wanted to pull out $30,000 and put it all into Bitcoin. And if I would have done that at the time that I wanted to do that, I would have already doubled it. No, I'm not seeing it at 100K. Bitcoin, the price of Bitcoin is almost at 100K. Yeah, no, I put in 20K when Bitcoin was around 56K. So so my 20K almost is doubled. You know, although I didn't double it because I pulled out 7K out of that 20K I pulled out and put it down on my car that I just purchased. But yeah, it definitely made a huge return on my investment for sure. I mean, like I said, I wanted to pull out one of my 401ks and take like a 25-30% hit because I was so confident the Bitcoin was going to go up, and it did. If I could have got $20,000 out of my 401k, put that in Bitcoin, and I would have already almost doubled that. So, but I couldn't convince my wife to let me do that. She's like, it's too risky. All right, so let's take a look and see how far off I was. Okay, so I went with this, I went with this, I went with this, I went with this, I went with this. So far I'm right on. You went with anticipating just the next year. I personally probably wouldn't have. I mean, I can see it, but defense is so garbage. I mean, 2 defense is only going to give you like 0.08%, if I'm right. Let's see, 5 defense is, 0.1%? Like each, wait, let me think. 10 defense, it's 0.2, yeah. Is that right? Yeah. So 1 talent point is going to give you 0.2, not even like, it's like going to give you like a fifth of a percent, like 0.2% of a, so like if your chance to block with a shield was 1%, this 1 talent point would make your chance to block with a shield 1.2%. So not great. And we're talking shield, parry, dodge. I personally myself probably would have went with toughness. But that's okay. It's not bad. And this, you are going with the Consecration Aura, which is an increased effective concentration. So you are running Consecration Aura. Yeah. Yeah, I know it's a filler. I know it's a filler, but what I'm saying is I think you'd probably get a better bang for your buck by just by putting it into toughness. I'd rather have the armor that's giving you like some mitigation all the time than maybe a very slight increase in your chance to dodge, parry, or block. But again, either one doesn't really matter. So if you're going with improved consecration aura, so this gives you a better chance to resist silence and interrupts. So you're going to be running improved consecration aura. I mean, you're going to be running consecration aura the whole time, which is interesting. Oh no, I would never. I don't build a PvP spec to tank, so I would never put it in Righteous Fury. So you're going to be running consecration aura, which is interesting, and then we're going to go, of course, this and this. My question to you is: are you using a shield? Are you using a shield with this build? Okay, you did go with spiritual focus, which I kind of thought. Where's my tree? Yeah, see, so I picked spiritual. Let's see, I was kind of just guessing what you might have. And I did pick spiritual focus, but on these I wasn't sure if you were going for more healing based abilities. Let's see, and you did healing light, and you did go 1, so I was pretty damn close. But you went with unyielding face, which is chance to resist fear and disorient. So this is a really interesting. I'll tell you what, though, this is a pretty interesting build. You've got chance to resist fear and disorient effects. You've got a chance to resist silence and interrupt effects, but you're not going to have big damage. Since you're using a one-hand weapon, you're not going to have really big damage. You'd have to have a really good one-hand weapon, preferably one that's got some spell power on it. And then I would imagine you're going to enchant your weapon with spell power as well. Plus 30 spell power, right? On your main hand weapon. And if you're using a shield, you're probably going to be going with... I don't know if you're going to go with a thorium shield spike. Probably, I guess. And so you're going with, again, after getting a critical effect, gives your Hermes a chance to gain mana. Yeah, I thought you might go with this because the mana regen. Mana is obviously an issue for paladins. When activated, gives your flash of light, holy light, should I spell critical effect chance? So this is cool. I mean, I can see here you're going to have a lot of survivability because of the ability to quickly get off heals and have the chance to get this really nice use of divine favor, which is going to make that, it's kind of almost like inner fire on a priest where you're saying, hey, my next spell is going to be crit. So, if you get low, you can basically just, pop this, do a flash of light. You're going to get a pretty big heal. And then increase the duration of your Judgment of Light and Judgment of Wisdom. I mean, Judgment of Light's going to heal you, if I remember correctly. So you're going to be using self-healing with Judgment of Light, which is good. And Judgment of Wisdom is just going to help you regen your mana. This is more of like a... This build to me looks more like an attrition. Like you're basically just trying to wear people out. You're not going to kill anybody quick, but you're basically just trying to stay alive and play kind of an attrition type build where you just wear people down. I do too. I actually love that play style. It's actually one of my favorite types of play styles. So this is something I think I'll definitely 100% try. Now, how good is it? Now, hey, Seif, is this something that's good in PvP? Like, I mean, is this something that you've done a lot of work with in PvP? I'm curious, like, at any kind of, like, does it work against... I mean, I would assume this would be pretty good against, like, rogues and warriors. Not sure how good this would be against, like a mage. Could be tricky, or like a shadow priest. Could be tricky. They just give up. Well, you can because you have reckoning. You could definitely weapon swap to a two-hand weapon. The one thing that's going to hurt you damage-wise is you don't have Seal Command, which is where a lot of your big damage comes from if you're using a two-hand weapon with reckoning. You get some big damage. You're not really going to get... I don't see where you're not going to have a lot of damage with this build. That's the only thing bad about this build is I don't see... you're not going to have a lot of damage. What enchantments are you using on your shield? Are you using just the thorium shield spike? Or are you going for something else? Like maybe, I don't know, I can't remember what all the enchantments are. I think there's like stamina and shit and block. I think there might be a block one. You do this the first phase so you can heal and survive in PvP. What do you do in the okay? So what do you do in the second phase then? I've never PvP'd on a paladin too much in vanilla. Like I've PvP'd on a paladin in Wrath of the Lich King, and of course in Cataclysm. Retribution Paladin's a god tier. Yeah, I haven't done a lot of PvP in vanilla on a paladin. When I get more gear, you switch to Ret Reckoning. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, because the build the build I run, not for PvP, but for leveling, is Ret Prot. So I run something like this. Forgot my shield. So like this is like what I would use is what I run just for leveling. I run this like rep prot build as I'm leveling up, and then once it gets like around level 49, I switch it up, and I switch to, and then again this is just for leveling, and then once I get to like level 49 here, I would respec, and I would respec into consecration, and roll with like more of like an AOE build, AOE leveling build. Maybe something like, something like that. And then I would end up with this type of build where I would just to level out to 60. And then at 60, I'd have to figure out what I want to do. But, for Ret Reckoning, I would imagine we would go with something like, you go Ret all the way. For Ret Reckoning, I would probably, I'm trying to think what the best Ret Reckoning build is. Increase me attack power bonus, receive a Crusader, holy damage, judgment. No. I know a lot of people probably go Pursuit of Justice, but I fucking hate Pursuit of Justice. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but not really my thing. Actually, Ret Reckoning. You could go, okay, you could just do this. I don't know. I'm curious if this would, I'm trying to guess what you would do for Ret Reckoning. I don't think you would do Ret because you wouldn't be using a shield. How many points left? 8? You get used to Turtle WoW. Yeah, I played Turtle WoW way back when when it was early Turtle WoW. So what can you post your build for Ret Reckoning? I'm curious what you would run for Ret Reckoning. You probably would do for PvP. You probably would grab the movement, although I'm not. And you probably would get the two-handed weapon specialization. You would definitely want Sanctity Aura is good. And I mean, you could go with something like this. I don't know if this would be a decent Ret Reckoning build, but I know this would be okay. I mean, some people might go maybe improve Blessing of Might for some more DPS. I don't know. Maybe you can post your Ret Reckoning build on the Discord. Let's see. I'm curious what you would do for that. I'm trying to learn. I know Paladin really well, but I know mostly Protection Paladin. I know Protection Paladin really well. I know Retribution Paladin, but in later versions of WoW. Like in Vanilla, I've never really experimented with the Holy Tree in Vanilla that much at all, which is something I really need to do. But this is intriguing. I'm intrigued by this build. I'm intrigued by the Holy. I'm intrigued by the Holy Wreck.
I'll quickly just like rapid.
Yeah, I'm sure going back to classics definitely gonna be. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird. Like, I definitely want to. I think. I mean, I love hardcore, but hardcore's not going anywhere. The hardcore servers should be around, and hardcore is such a solo thing. At least, well, it is initially until you get to max level, and then. I mean, there's definitely stuff you can do with it with a guild. But I feel like hardcore is very limited because it's not going on to the Burning Crusade, so you can only do so much with it. Like, I don't really have a huge desire to do a ton of hardcore raiding, although I do think it's fun. But I think being on a PvP server where we can do battlegrounds and stuff and arena and stuff in Burning Crusade would be a lot more fun. So Steve, you're definitely making me want to play Paladin. I was like, the classes I was leaning towards playing on the classic fresh anniversary realms on the PvP server was Shadow Priest, Paladin, or Hunter. Those are the ones I was kind of leaning towards. But Paladin's is pretty much my favorite class, really. It's Paladin and Hunter. I think in Vanilla, though, I mean, I love Melee Hunter, but you can't do Melee Hunter for PvP. It just doesn't work. Paladin's kind of is really weird for PvP. It's like, I don't know. I feel like it can work in certain situations, but I'm tired. But I don't know, Steve. You didn't respond. You didn't give me like your Rat Reckoning build. I came up with what I thought was kind of maybe a Rat Reckoning build, but even this one, let's do some search since he's not responding. Let's do Rat. Let's do classic WoW Rat Reckoning PvP build. Let's take a look. Alright, so... Okay, interesting. So they don't... Well, this is not Rat Reckoning. This is a standard Ret PvP. This is a standard Retribution PvP build. Which, again, they always go with Pursuit of Justice just because you get kited a lot. This, and of course, Repentance is going to let you catch up. So that makes a lot of sense. But what about the Ret Reckoning Classic Retribution? To put it mildly, red is an absolutely terrible spec in just about every respect in vanilla, PvP being no exception. You won't have fun playing as ret because you'll get destroyed or outshined by practically every other class in any spec. The only thing ret really has going for it is the utility that a class's specs do. Has going for it is its utility. Other classes specs do much better. Want to do melee DPS with good support, enhancement shaman if you're both forward, or feral druid if you're not. Want to be really good melee DPS? Pick rogue or warrior. Want to be really good support? Play holy paladin or priest. You cannot be CC'd by most long CCs if any allies around due to blessing of sacrifice. While being able to dispel others, you get blessing of freedom, huge burst, you play it well, and damn fun in PvP, albeit in small groups of PvP as a course. Interesting. I think we're just gonna have to play around. I think we're gonna have to play around with a lot of different builds, and kind of like I think I'm gonna have to move into areas of paladin that I really haven't done that much with for PvP. So I don't. The thing is, if we go like we could do something really simple and do Shadow Priest. Shadow Priest is gonna be good in PvP. There's no doubt about it. If I roll Shadow Priest, it's gonna be good. If I do paladin, it's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be horrible, but it's not gonna be good. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is. I don't have much time. The servers start tomorrow, so I'm going to spend some time tonight going through doing some research and seeing if I can find more information on if we can make Retribution even at all viable. Like, you know, what I'm seeing in some of these articles is people are saying that if you're by yourself, it's not great because once you get like into a long CC chain, you can just be blown up. Like by like a, you know, Warlock fears you, you're pretty much dead. Shadow Priest fears you, and what are you going to do? I mean, you can bubble. Or you can trinket, but after that, those things are on cooldown. You're kind of screwed. So, anyways, I'm gonna jump off, guys. I'm really tired. I had a long day. I had to go wash my car, clean my car, then I had to trade my car in for a new car that I purchased today, and I had to go to the dealership. I was at the dealership for like 2.5 hours getting that done. Now I'm just tired. So. But I will definitely be streaming tomorrow night. What class I play is still up in the air, believe it or not. We're still up in the air on what we're going to play. It's going to be either a priest, it's going to either be a Shadow Priest or a Paladin, or possibly a Hunter, but I think the Shadow Priest and Paladin are their top two options at this point in time. And I will catch you guys later, man. Peace out.